Yo, it is Sunday evening and I just wanted to pick up the mic and spill my guts out a little bit over a topic which is something I've been thinking about over the course of the weekend, and it is about going all in with trading, and it's kind of directed at people that are either not taking it as seriously as they think they are or not taking it as seriously as they should be. And what I mean by that is the guys that think they're taking it seriously by just showing up to the charts every day and not really taking it to the level that they should be in regards to like journaling and backtesting, recording all the data and refining the edge, and just like going all in on your psychology as well. Journaling, meditating, walking, and all of the spirituality side of performing well on any given venture. And this is obviously trading. If you're not doing all of that and you have the time to do that, you are not taking it as seriously as you think you are. Just turning up to the charts every single day, hitting a few buttons, drawing a few lines, and then whatever happens, happens. And if it's not a good day, come back and try again tomorrow and hope for the best. And the guys that should be doing it more, should be taking it more seriously, if you're like in your 20s or your 30s and you're single and you have a load of time to yourself and you're wasting it by like watching Netflix, sitting on your phone, like scrolling through Instagram, like messing around on Tinder, like anything that is just basically a distraction from what your goal is doing yourself a complete disservice. Take it from me as a guy, I'm 36 years old, I've been trading for 10 years. When I was single, I went all in. I just like to the absolute depths of my being to understand my psychology, and I put everything that I could, Friday nights, Saturday nights, Sunday nights, like weekday nights, any time that I had available to put into my trading, I put into it because I knew that time was precious, because I knew I wasn't always going to have it. And now I have a child and it is completely different. There is no consistency in my life because of having a family. And I wrote a post up on my blog, which I'll put up on the screen now, and I'll link in the description. A few years ago, I wrote it, and it's about having a boring life to be successful with trading. And what I mean by that is having consistency and routine and being chill, like having your emotions under control. Part of spirituality and part of being self-aware and being mindful is understanding your emotions and being able to not control them, but not let yourself get carried away with them when everything's all kind of rocky and throwing yourself and everything that you're doing under a storm. Like your ability to stay calm in those situations is what all of that work is for. And with a family, it's just a constant storm. It was really easy to be mindful. It's really easy to be self-aware when you're just single, sitting in your house by yourself and kind of discovering who you are. But if you're not doing that, when you have the opportunity to do so, you are going to find it way, way harder when you have a girlfriend, where you've got a partner, when you've got a family, or you've got loads of stuff going on in your life. It's extremely difficult to have that downtime. And I'm so thankful for myself that I put in that type of work for years when I was by myself and single, because now I'm kind of reaping the rewards. Even though I find it a struggle every day to kind of stay level-headed and be able to get to the charts and not think about everything else that's going on in my life, it's still a challenge. But if you're single and you're not doing that work, you're doing yourself a disservice, and you're doing your future self a disservice as well, because the work that you put in now isn't going to give you the rewards that you want right now. It's going to give you the rewards in the future. It could be a year from now, it could be 2-3 years from now, but you'll be able to look back on the time that you're putting in, the effort, as one of the, I wouldn't say like best times of your life, but you will look back at it very, very fondly. When I had a boring life, it was wonderful. There was so much spiritual growth. There was so much growth in my trading. There was like every single day was just dedicated to perfecting my craft. Don't get me wrong, life is wonderful now. Having a child is like the best thing ever, and I would never swap it for anything. But if you're by yourself in trading in 2025, you should be going all in. You should be doing anything that you can to improve your trading on a day-to-day basis. And that may mean not talking to as many people. It may mean not going out, not spending money, not hanging around with your friends, getting drunk, chasing women and all. I mean, like, come on, you shouldn't be chasing women anyway. Like, a good-looking girl, you will see on Instagram and stuff that all they do is just film themselves to put on in social media each day in the mirror. Like, why would you chase that? Focus your attention on your own spiritual growth and the work that you need to do for your trading to be successful. The way to be successful with trading, in my opinion, is to get as many reps as possible. I've said it in other videos, but I believe the number that you need is about 1,000 reps as a kind of minimum level to attain some sort of mastery with any given strategy. Your focus should be that. If I said to you, you're not rich now, but after 1,000 trades of the same strategy, that's when you'll start making some money. You will then look at every single trade that you take completely differently. It will be a completely different viewpoint. If you are by yourself, if you are single, you should be doing things like backtesting to build up those reps, to be trying out your strategy on different instruments to understand which one works better and which one doesn't, which one you should focus more on, which ones you should drop. You should be understanding your mind. You should be journaling your thoughts. You should be journaling your trades. You should be doing some sort of self-improvement task every single day. You should not have any 0 days. And 0 days are when you're not doing any work on yourself or your trading. So like it's a Saturday or a Sunday, for example, and maybe you're trading forex and the markets are closed. You should still be doing something so that when you go on Monday, you haven't got that gap. You've got continuous momentum, which is why I backtest every single day that I don't take a live win on the markets, so that I can stay in a constant state of a certain level, just constantly, because I'm always on top of what I'm doing. I always know what pattern I'm trading. I always know what my rules are. I know what bad behaviors are kind of flaring up because I can kind of see what my mindset is saying to me through the backtesting charts. And it's better to do that than taking it on the live charts. In this year that we're in as well, 2025, and even if you're viewing this from a later year, trading is never been more accessible than it is now. You used to need a lot of money to deposit on brokers. When I first started trading, it was like 25 grand. You can do it now for a tenner. You can go onto simulated funded accounts, and they're not real money, but they will reward you for your performance. Like if you go for a decent company like FTMO, they will genuinely reward your trading performance. And you can trade with simulated capital in 6 figures, and you can make a genuine career out of this. But most people are kind of like fucking around looking for like the best strategy and like get AI nowadays to tell them how to do it, or going into groups and trying to get the right signals and hook it up to copy traders. Like it's just a waste of time. You need 1,000 reps. That should be your focus. If you were sitting there and you have not got the results that you expected by now with your trading, or you're not getting the results that you want and it's affecting you negatively, the only person that can change your situation is you. And the only way you can change your situation is by doing things that you're not doing already. One of those things is probably backtesting. Backtesting gets shat on a lot. Like everyone says it's worthless, and it is not. Take it from me, it is not worthless. Once you've got 1,000 reps with a strategy, you will know like the back of your hand what to expect next. You'll know the kind of price action that develops before you're going to enter. And then once you've entered, you can narrow it down to like 5 or 6 different scenarios which are going to occur afterwards. And it just eliminates all of that fear from trading. Like you can kind of plan things based on that. And then once you know those 5 or 6 particular scenarios that are going to happen after any certain entry point, it just elevates your performance because you know which ones to eliminate, you know which ones to go harder on, and you know which ones to run a little bit more. But you need to get to a magic number of about 1,000 reps with it. And like I said, if you are single and you are not where you want to be, you are probably wasting way more time than you realize that you are. All I can say, if I had any advice to anyone that was in that situation, is reassess exactly what you're doing with your life. Like I said, if it's going out drinking and recovering from hangovers for days on end, like I've been there, like after I was turned 30, suddenly hangovers didn't last a morning, they started lasting a few days and like affecting the rest of the week. So yeah, like just look at your life and see what parts you need to cut out, what parts you should elevate a little bit more. Maybe it's being more strict with your diet, maybe it's being more strict with your finances. But in terms of your time, if you're single, you should absolutely stop messing around on the internet, stop messing around in the bars and clubs, and put that time into doing the work that you're avoiding so that you can be better at trading. If you're a family man like myself, I understand it's really difficult. It is really difficult to find time, and I'll save my thoughts for that for a different video. But for the guys that have a lot of time, like you said, in your 20s or in your 30s and you're single, you should absolutely be spending way more time delving into your strategy, delving into what's going wrong, delving into what's going right, and then hitting that harder. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. I don't know if this has been helpful or valuable, but that's my 2 cents on what I think about going all in on trading in this year. Like I said, it's way more accessible than it's ever been. There are literally no excuses. The market is not the problem. There's too many markets to trade now. Focus on one market, focus on one session, focus on one strategy, master that, and then build from there. Build other strategies, build on other markets, build on other time frames, whatever it is. But first of all, focus on 1,000 reps with one strategy on one market. That's my advice to you, and stop fucking around.